Skip it up and that up.
What's going on YouTube? How's everyone doing today? I hope everyone's having a great day. Today I wanted to bring you guys something new. I wanted to give you my settings for a lower end PC. I run a RTX 2070 Super with an i9 9900K and I get good frames out of this game with it. I want to share that information with you today. I want to make sure that I can get you guys on the game and make sure you have a good time using the beta and make sure that your settings are the best they can be. So stay tuned. There's going to be a lot of good information in this video for you, especially the 3D settings on your computer. So without further ado guys, let's go ahead and get into the video. We're going to start next on the quality here. I have my quality set to custom. Now your render resolution, what you really want to make sure you do is if you run a 1920 by 1080 screen, that you have your render resolution set to 1920 by 1080. Now if you have a little bit higher, like say a 4K screen, go ahead and crank that thing up. Go ahead and crank it up. Go ahead and crank it up. It's just preference. Right now I have it set to 1920 by 1080, so that's about 100 on here. But if you have anything higher than 920 by 1080, you know, you can ramp it up, but ultimately it is going to be your choice. It's going to be your decision on what kind of hardware you have. So I have mine set to quality and then 50/50 in quality for the fidelity. And then if you guys have your AMD, I don't mess with those. I don't set those or anything like that. I use fidelity. So and then let's go ahead and get into the details and textures. So again, you can go ahead and pause here if you need to and take what you need out of it. So okay, so we're gonna go ahead and go to the textures. So texture resolution here, we're gonna have it on low. The texture filter, we're gonna put it on high. Your depth of field, you can turn your depth of field off. It's going to give you a little tiny boost, but again, you know, that's a little bit of preference there. Nearby level of detail, we're going to have it on low. Particle resolution on high and bullet impacts on. Basically, you want to have the bullet impacts on. It really doesn't affect your FPS. Well, it doesn't really affect mine. But what it does is if somebody is in a room and shoots, you're going to see they were in that room. If you have those off, you might be able to track them worse than having that on. So that's a good thing to have on. The persistent effects, we're going to go ahead and turn that off. And then shader quality, we're going to put it on low. And then on-demand texture streaming, make sure you have it on minimal. Put it on minimal with a cache size of 32. And you can just copy these. And like I said, this is for a lower end PC. The RTX 2070, which I run, and I run with the i9 9900K alongside with it. And I get great frames, smooth gameplay. Let's go ahead and go on to shadow and lighting. So you want to make sure your shadow quality is very low. Screen space shadows are off. The ambient lighting's off. The reflections are off. And the static reflections are on low. And then as far as the environment goes, the tessellation, keep it on near with a volumetric quality of low. Physics quality off. Weather grid volumes off. Water quality off. Make sure you guys have them off. This is really important. Check out the VRAM, the usage. Look at that, we're at 4.95 or 7.8 on the slow end PC right now. And then we're going to go ahead and go over to views here. My motion reduction is off, and I do have my field of view at 120 right now. So like I said, you can pause, copy these settings, see how they work for you. The ADS field of view is affected. Both defaults here. The world motion blur is off. The weapon motion blur, I said weapon. The weapon motion blur is on. And inverted flashbang, I like the darkness instead of the brightness because I don't like getting flashed in my face by the screen literally. So, you know, it kind of speaks for itself. So there's the settings, guys. If you want to go back and look through here, now's your chance to pause it. I'm going to go through them slowly for you one more time. If you need to pause, copy these settings. Also, make sure this is going to be locked, the screen refresh rate. If you change this to full screen exclusive, it will unlock that refresh rate for you. So keep that in mind. And like I said, make sure it's set to your screen resolution. That's a big factor. Like I said, 1920 by 1080, if that's what you have for your display, that's what you need to set it as. And just for you guys, I'm going to show you my 3D settings too, so you guys can get the most out of your machine here. So go ahead and look at it. Image scaling is going to be off. Ambient occlusion is going to be off. The filtering is going to be off. FXAA off. Gamma correction on. Mode off. None off. Background application max frame rate. Make sure you turn that off. The CUDA GPUs is all. Make sure the system fallback policy set to prefer. System fallback. DSR factors off. Off. Low latency mode on. Remember, on, but not on with boost. Max frame rate is off. G-Sync compatible. Multi-frame is off. Autos. And then there's, of course, our GPU, the 2070 Super. What you want to do is make sure you have maximum performance, highest available refresh rate, which mine is 165. Driver default for the cache size. Texture filtering on. The negative LOD allows, and then for the quality, you leave it on quality. The trilinear is on. The threaded is on. Triple buffering is off. Vertical sync is off. And then everything else just for virtual reality. So, just copy my settings here and pause if you have to. And everything should work out good for your computer. Not only in Call of Duty, but for other games too. Like Fortnite, which I do play. I play Modern Warfare 3. I play Fortnite. And ultimately, I get amazing frames out of all my games. So, and alright guys, I think that's going to about do it for the video today. Thank you for checking it out. Like I said, make sure you copy those settings exactly how they are to get the product that you want out of this game. And the smoothness is going to be fun, and you guys are going to really enjoy it. And if you have a low-end PC like I do, well, it's not really particularly low-end with the i9 and everything. But there are some components that are still dated on it. But, it runs this game pretty decently and pretty well, and I get 130 frames per second in the lobby, and I get upwards 200 during the game. But it depends on what you have running, what you're doing, what you have going in the background, if you're streaming, you're recording, anything like that. So you have to keep those things in mind when you do this. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for the follows, for the subscribes, for the like, for the support, and everything you guys do every single day. I appreciate the hell out of it. There's going to be more videos like this, but I really wanted to help out the people that were on the lower end of spectrum, because some of us can't afford the 4090s and all that, and a lot of us are on a budget. So I hope this video helps you out, and I hope you guys have a good rest of your day. And send this video to your friends, like the video, and share it out there, guys. Let's help everybody we can with this. So hope you guys have a great rest of your day, man. We'll see you on the next video, okay?